Okay. So call recording is in progress and then labs, right? So let me look at that.
Yeah, I sent it to John, and it's called dialysis blood work 11/6/25. So it's from just this past week. It's just I they do a set of blood work at dialysis on the first Thursday of every month. So
To remind me that you did some heart workup as well, right?
yeah, I did a echo few weeks ago,
And what did
towards
that
the end of
show?
October. Oh, I don't. My dad's here. He looked at it. He can tell you about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
pericardial effusion was less, or almost not noted, and ejection fraction improved. I'll
Do
actually have to
you
log.
do you know from what to what?
Pericardial effusion, there was a moderate effusion which resolved.
Oh, it's resolved completely?
That's what I had the preliminary. I think. Let me see what's the final report shows here. I will get my.
So I do see your labs. Do you have a updated version of it? Because there was one lab below where it said the post dialysis bun, it's in progress. I'm pretty sure it would be back by now.
Let me see if I can log into Quest and find it.
Okay.
Because
And then what are your thoughts on the creatinine and all the other labs? Uh,
um, I discussed them with Dr. Patel as well, and he was generally happy with the labs overall. And he said the only thing he was kind of concerned about was my calcium.
okay. And what are we doing for that?
He told me to continue taking Tums, and I was not taking it religiously, so I'm working on taking one or two every day.
I see. Okay, so let me go ahead and compare it with the labs that we have, just so that I have a good idea. But overall, this is amazing, right? I mean, if we look at your creatinine and your bun from where it was and where it has been, um, I mean, this is really encouraging and this is really good.
And
Uh,
this is also after dropping from 4 hours to 3 hours.
It's amazing, to be honest. I just love it. Tell me a little bit about your fluid. Do you feel like you still have a lot of fluid?
Well, when I so I'm drinking more water, but I'm definitely not peeing as much as I probably should be. I've noticed that. I'm trying to. I kind of lost the habit of going to the bathroom, and I'm kind of retraining myself to go to the bathroom. Like I'll make myself go. Like there was a point where I was probably drinking such little water that I wasn't even peeing when I woke up, and I wasn't peeing before bed. So now that I'm making myself actively drink up to like a liter and a half of water every day, sometimes two, um, um, I'll just go sit on the toilet and make myself go, and I won't may not necessarily pee a lot, but I will start peeing. It just takes a minute to get it going.
Okay. And remind me, are you doing the water bill?
Not currently,
Why not?
because I don't have any swelling in my feet.
Okay. And what is your water weight?
Um,
Sorry, what is your actual weight and how much have we dropped since then?
um, when I weighed myself this morning, I was 167 point 157.
157?
Yeah. Let me
Okay.
just pull up my app that I use to keep my weight. Yeah. So did you step on the scale? I did after that. Don't do that after I do it because sometimes it'll log. Now I have a messed up number. Yours 157. Um, yeah, I was 157.8 this morning.
Okay. And can you give me a trend, maybe last week? How were you? I'm sure I must have those numbers in my notes as well, but let's just get a little trend.
Um, I I do record it in the Healthy app, so if
You
you
do?
check there, yeah, like I have my own app that connects to my scale, and then I take that number and I add it.
That's cool.
Let's see,
And
so
we
my
don't
hi-
really have
my
that.
high was on the 21st of October was re in my recent high this past within the past 30 days was no, not 30 days, but like just going back as far as October 16th, I was 160.7.
160.7. So that
And
means
right,
you have lost like 3 pounds?
yeah, and then I had a low of 155.2, which was October 24th.
Okay.
And right now I'm closer to 157.8.
Hmm. Kind of. Okay. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your cramping. How's your cramping going?
It's really not that bad.
So it's
Like
getting
I
better.
like I've had worse cramping. Um, there was a point where I was waking up to like a calf cramp in my left leg, in my left hamstring, and that if I was like sitting kind of reclined and I sort of lifted myself with my core muscles, like I would just start cramping in my abdomen.
Right, right, right. And
Yeah.
that's better now?
Yeah.
Really can forward.
That's good. And it looks like that your blood pressure has been nice around 120s, 130s.
A little bit more controlled, yes.
That's
Also,
good.
I got the post-dialysis BUN, which is 9, and that's what it's. Yeah, I have urea nitrogen BUN 41 high, and then I have BUN post-dialysis 9. So here.
That's super crazy, and that's nice. So now what we want to do is one more set of laps. And if this 35 or 39 or 40, whatever was the pre-bun, is now 30 or 25 or something, I don't think so. We would need dialysis, to be honest. We are very, very, very close. So maybe one more time. And this was done on 11th. So let's see. 11th was Tuesday. So I think let's just wait till 18th, which is next Tuesday, which is 3, 4 days. And let's get your labs again and see what it shows. If this bun, the pre-bun is better, like let's say even in 30s, I would be absolutely open to, just be off dialysis for maybe a week and check your labs and see what it shows.
I
Not
have
that
the
you take out the catheter, right?
Yeah.
But still keep the catheter, but skip dialysis for a week, check your labs again, and see what it is. Now that we are preparing you for that step, I absolutely think that we should have you on torsemide, the water pill, just so that we can make sure that when you're off dialysis, you are still able to extract the extra fluid or whatever fluid that you are consuming.
Okay.
I do
Yay.
have the echo report.
Did you upload the echo report in the documents?
Download it and email it to me.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. And then I am looking at your other numbers. So your creatinine previously was 4.2, right? Now it is 3 point what? 98? 3.98, which is amazing, right? So it's consistently dropping. And your
It, pop,
bicarb,
it did pop up at one point. It went back up over 4 in the
when
blood work before this.
um the one before this.
Yeah, the blood work before this. Let me see.
Okay, I mean, the good thing is we are looking at the recent trend, right? So at this time, this is pretty encouraging. We want to look at it again, which is in a week from that time. So on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, if this 3.98 is now 3.5 or 3.7, I mean, we just know we are moving in the right direction because ideally, this doesn't happen, right? Where even with dialysis, that your creatinine continues to improve because that is not the goal of dialysis. The goal of dialysis is to just to clear the things, and then you're just rebuilding that until next session. But if we see consistently that your creatinine is dropping and your bun is dropping, that clearly means that your body is doing more than just dialysis. Okay. So your calcium is this. Okay. Albumin is 3.9. Okay. Okay, tell me one more thing. Did you find a person who does craniosacral therapy?
Yeah, I did it once.
Okay. And what did you feel? What are your thoughts?
Uh, well, it was kind of a blur because I immediately had to go get a catheter put in an hour
Okay.
after that.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you another link, and I don't know if I send you that link or not. This is for biodynamic therapy. And in
mm,
biodynamic therapy, it is a little bit more advanced than craniosacral. Um, Actually, let me send you the link right now in the Zoom, and you can pick it up and see if there is someone nearby, which I'm pretty sure there is. I actually met few who are in Long Island, um, so I'm sure there would be someone near you. Um, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Directories. Okay.
What kind of therapy is that?
what is it called again?
It is called biodynamic. So copy and I'm pasting this on the chat. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Look at this, put your zip code and see what comes near, and then obviously give them a call and see who can get to you earliest, or whoever you feel like, I choose this over that. But I want you to get a biodynamic session, and I want you to ideally get it once a week, at least for 3 times, and then we can decide how spaced out we want it to be. So the goal of biodynamic therapy is that as patients and as physicians, we are so focused on the disease and lupus or immune issues or kidney issues and blood pressure and all those things that we tend to lose the focus on the health that is still present in your body. So by using the biodynamic principles and by using the biodynamic therapy, we are basically letting your health express itself so that it can help us in all these other things that we are doing. That is the simplest version of what I can explain you. I recently got trained in that. So I was trained in craniosacral, which is why I knew that. And now I'm trained in biodynamic, which is why I know that. And there's such a huge difference between both of those modalities. Like it is a step up transition, but it is so much more powerful to do biodynamic and the way that it helps our health express itself and also helps our nervous system. So I do. Oh my God. I think Ivan is the one that I met him. Can you zoom in on his picture? Oh my God. How far is he from you?
Um, he's actually fairly close.
Okay, good. Get an appointment with him. I'll send him a message. I'll give him your name and absolutely see him. I'm so glad. I thought he was in Long Island somewhere, but anyways, that's great that he is.
So we're here, and
He's here.
not.
Perfect.
I mean, he's pretty much a few minutes from my dialysis center, which is right here.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. I love it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and send him a message in regards to what is happening, and then just give him a call. Hopefully, he will try to accommodate you in any way possible, right? I don't know how his schedule looks like, but amazing. Love it, right? So do a session with him at least 3 times. That means once a week. And then
Okay.
after that, we will decide in regards to how often you need that or you don't. So that's great. Now let's move on to your Tell me a little bit about your supplements. So I know that you were kind of hesitant with hydrocortisone and that change, and then you transitioned. So tell me a little bit about the thought process of that and what made you change. Um,
Um, my dad said switching would not be. He convinced me that it wouldn't be like when I tried taking Actar in August, and he said this would uh, he figured that like whatever thought process you had made sense to him, and then he said maybe you should just try it and we'll do it for a few days and we'll see what happens. And so um, when we looked up the comparison and like how much hydrocortisone I was taking comparable to how much prednisone it's like the equivalent of, and then I from the calculator I found it was saying that I jumped up to 35 milligrams of prednisone. And so that's why I brought it up with you in the messages, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Are you sure that you want me to take this much? Because this is essentially taking an emergency dose of 40 milligrams." And so we started reducing, and so last night we skipped the evening dose.
Mhm.
That helped because 2 nights ago, I guess I did the 3-2-1, and I was up till 4 a.m. because of like the sudden spike in steroid in my blood. And taking that last dose right before bed, not right before bed, but close enough to bed that I might as well have just been like running half a marathon and then trying to go to sleep after that.
Sure. So, I think what happened is that the way, and I don't know if you would agree with me or not, but I feel the way that your body has started responding and the way that your body is now maybe agreeing to the therapies that we are doing and maybe accepting it more, that the reason why my initial calculation was that much is because your body was at that time, I felt it needed it and was dependent on the dose that you were doing. And the goal of hydrocortisone when we are transitioning or we are trying to decrease it is to make sure that it is equivalent to what you were doing, what your body needs. Because if we drop it too much, then your body will actually go into adrenal crisis.
Yes.
Right. So in order to prevent that, I at that time, based on whatever that discussion was, I felt this was the dose because I did not want it to underdose you. But maybe in doing that, and maybe your body responding so much that maybe I ended up overdosing you. Uh,
Hmm.
However, the other thing that also happened in this time period that you actually stopped or decreased whatever your amount of prednisone was to much, much lower, or maybe you stopped everything. And that means that now your body was not kind of, even for a few days, was not getting the amount that it was used to. So now when you went towards the hydrocortisone, it was just too much for you. So all in all, I agree that maybe we overdosed you, and the good thing is that now we are kind of scaling down. But the goal
Yeah.
is also to prevent underdosing. So if you feel that 2, 1, and 0 is pretty much where you feel better, then maybe you will feel better on this for 1 week, 2 weeks, and then you would again feel the same that you're feeling. That means that now your body is responding and you have to cut back further, right? So the goal is that we kind of do want that feeling so that we know it's time to cut off. The goal is not that you continue on the same dose of hydrocortisone or prednisone. However, what I would do next time if this feeling comes up, which could happen in few days, that I would want you to maybe decrease your prednisone from 5 to 2.5 and maybe try to get you off of that and then go towards decreasing the hydrocortisone, right?
Okay. All right. So
So,
the next thing to lower is the actual prednisone dose.
right.
Okay.
So the next thing would be to decrease your prednisone from 5 milligram to 2.5 milligram, and then continue the same until you go into that rush where you're not able to sleep and you clearly know that my body is doing something. Now you
Uh-huh.
can hold off on it or maybe go to 1 milligram of prednisone. And so the goal is to get you off prednisone slowly from 5 to 2.5 to 1 milligram and then completely off. And then we go towards hydrocortisone in regards to decreasing that, if that needs.
Okay.
And remember that adrenals and hydrocortisone and prednisone and years of taking this means that this process, what we are looking at, apparently will take weeks and months. So
I
don't
know.
be in a rush where we are like, okay, every 3 day we are changing things. And if it needs to happen, it needs to happen and we'll go with the flow. But we wouldn't expect it to change drastically the way that we want it to, for example, right?
Okay.
Okay, good. So that's good. Now let's go on to your care plan and tell me where are you with your rest of the supplements and medicines and all those other things.
So we haven't started any of the peptide injections yet, just because there's, I'll be honest, you guys have sent us so much stuff that it's just a little overwhelming just getting through all of it.
Yeah.
Um, so I've been taking pretty much all the pills that and the stomach stuff and the multivitamin and the B complexes, and so we've been doing all that regularly. But probably this coming week we'll start doing the peptides.
Actually, if it's okay with you, I would actually want you to start the peptides today because I really want us to get great results on Tuesday. And maybe we don't have to do it the labs on Tuesday, we can do it on Thursday, right?
Mhm.
But because I want you to get those amazing results where we are trying to kind of pull you off dialysis, I would rather have you start the injections today. However,
Okay.
if we are in not a hurry to get the results that we want, that's totally fine, right? Because we don't want overwhelm as well, that you can start next week and you can take time and that's okay. But we know for a fact that when we do peptides, it helps in so much repair and all the things that we are trying to achieve, that it is just going to help us more, right? So if you feel that today may be a good day, go ahead and start. However, if you feel like not today,
Today's fine. I just figured we would start next week just because mental thing, but whatever.
this is going to
Today's-
help you more, right? I mean,
okay, all right.
energy wise, mental wise,
Well,
right?
it'll help because I mean today is fine because I'm actually skipping dialysis tomorrow because I'm going to an acupuncture appointment. So it's kind of tough for me to get those appointments with my practitioner. So I just I wanted to take another day off. I actually skipped a day of a dialysis 2 weeks ago for a family thing, and
I think you're fine. I mean,
yeah, and I mean I got permission from Dr. Patel as well, and he was fine with it. I told them that I can't come in, and they've kind of figured it out that like I will ask Dr. Patel, and if he gives me the thumbs up, then they'll leave me alone for like that day. So I don't have dialysis on Tuesday till Tuesday again.
oh,
Um,
so then I wouldn't do labs on Tuesday then, right?
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So that's one thing. And then, okay, the other thing in, let's say, our defense, the reason why we are doing so much, right? And I absolutely agree that it may be overwhelming, or maybe it is absolutely overwhelming, is because we really want to get you out of this kind of crisis or that state that you are in. If you were
Right.
not in that state and you would have come to me before the day that you were, supposed to get catheter, for example, I feel like we would have been in a much relaxed and in a much easier way to manage and maneuver these things. But because it was such a crunch and because we really want to kind of get you off dialysis and get you better, I think that is the reason why we are like, all the arrows are coming from all
Right.
these spaces. So, I'll try to kind of hold off just so that, we can get this, what we have started, uh,
Okay.
basically integrate in your body and, start making those changes that we feel is going to really help you. But that may be the reason of all these things coming onto you, right? The
Right.
other
And
thing, yeah.
I also wanted to ask about like we got this from you guys,
Yeah.
and when I looked at the care plan, there was nothing in it regarding it.
I think if you look at it again, maybe I updated it later, but I do see it. It's called Revask, and I do see I've written one scoop. Um, I mean, maybe
Okay.
look at it again because I
Yeah,
do.
maybe I missed it because
No, no,
What's the
maybe
name
I
there?
did it later, right? But it is there from 10:31. Yeah. Okay, and then you mentioned about B complex. I feel like at this time, since you're already doing a multivitamin, you can go ahead and hold off on B complex. And maybe
Okay.
other supplements that you were doing before you started with me, you can also hold off on those as well. Like just so that
All right.
we are not, muddling, or we are not adding too much. At that time, because we were starting you and you had these supplements, I said, okay, fine, continue this and this and this. But now, whatever your old supplements were, I think it's okay to hold off on that and continue with the
Okay.
ones that we have sent for you.
Okay.
You're not taking it anyway.
What?
You're not taking any supplement.
Our own? No.
No,
So the B complex, did I send you the B complex?
no.
No,
we-
you
we-
told us to get one. And
I
so I started doing it.
I see. Maybe at that time, I think maybe it was too low, or I don't know. Okay, let me look if we got your mole test, the IGenX test back.
No, we just sent them out last week.
No, we just sent it out.
Oh, so that
Oh,
takes
like
two,
this.
three.
Yes, I know it takes a couple of weeks. It was just
Thursday. No. Tuesday.
yeah, on Tuesday we did it. So
Tuesday.
you probably won't get the results for that for a few weeks.
Yeah. Okay, good. So that's done. Um, Overall, Umar, with all these things that we are doing, besides the overwhelm, how do you feel?
I feel a little bit closer to before my Actar crash. Like because where I was before the Actar, I was actually in a very good place relative to like what I was recovering from in May. The flash pulmonary edema, I was essentially working out every day. I was starting to swim again. I wasn't that bloated. I had no edema in my feet. And I just was sleeping pretty consistently. Um, my diet was, I mean, not the diet you have me on, but it was my regular diet of meat, eggs, and my fluid intake was good. I wasn't taking like a diuretic, and I was peeing fairly normally. Um, so I'm feeling a little bit closer to that.
Okay, great. I love that because that clearly means, so I think at this time we have two things going on. We also have kind of results to see
Huh?
what we are doing is getting better, right? And on the other hand, we also see that you are feeling better, right? You are out of that state that you were in, and you are also moving in the right direction. So both of
Right.
these things together just helps us know what we are doing. Your body is accepting it, and
Yeah.
it's working, and it's trying to repair or heal, or those other steps.
Yeah. I did notice that first day of hydrocortisone, I was retaining fluid in my torso because my shirt that I've been wearing for a few days was suddenly tighter. And that's just where the fluid because like I said, I'm working on drinking more water because if you don't drink water, you don't pee. So I'm trying to like stimulate urination.
How much water are you drinking?
1.5 to 2 liters.
Okay. Yeah, I think 1.5 is good. And then the other thing is, what water pill were you taking before?
Um, so when we started working with you, I was taking Bumax.
How much?
I think some in the morning we were doing about 2 milligrams,
2 milligram.
Okay,
and then in the evening sometimes we would take 1 milligram as well.
I see. So I would actually go ahead and start taking Bumix again, and especially now that your next dialysis will be on Tuesday, right? Um, so the thing is that when our kidneys are affected, one of the main function of the kidney is water balance. Besides the electrolytes and sodium and hormone and all other things, there is a component of water balance. So when
Mhm.
kidneys are affected, our body is not able to excrete the amount of water that we are consuming, and sometimes that does not mean that we are not consuming enough and we need to do more and then we will pee. The block is in this middle part, which is the kidneys, that kind of has lost its capacity to regulate the water intake that you are consuming. So
Okay.
in order to assist with that, I do feel that you will need to take Bumix, and you
Okay.
again will need to kind of monitor your weight every day, because the goal most likely will be anywhere from 155 to 157 and not more than that. Because
Got
the
it.
way that I see this and the way that I see the trend, right, that it'll be very easy for you to go towards 160 again.
Yeah,
The other thing is that right now we are not just dealing with the kidney being affected, the water that you're consuming, and the less urine that you're producing. We are not only dealing with that. What we are dealing with, in addition to all of this, is the hydrocortisone and the prednisone that is in your body. That
yeah,
means that we know that that will retain your water and
yeah,
retain your salt, right? So now there's this double complicated version that we have to deal with. There would very well be possibility that, let's say, if there was no hydrocortisone or prednisone, which your body absolutely needs at this time, if it was not there, then this process would be a little simpler, right? But
mhm,
because of this here and this into this equation, I do feel that we cannot just be like, oh, the body will take over and it's going to help, right?
mhm.
So I strongly feel that we don't have to do maybe 2 milligram. Maybe we can start 1 milligram and see how things go. However, if today is 157 and today is Thursday, and then you see that you take Bumix today and 1 milligram once a day is fine. We don't have to do it, in the night also. Just one in the morning is fine for
He,
now.
he was on 1 milligram Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
I would just continue. I mean, because now the goal is to get him off dialysis, right? So I would just continue it without doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday too much. And it's just 1 milligram we are doing. We are not doing 2 milligram.
He was on 1 milligram.
Yeah,
Because I was taking it on non-dialysis days. That's why it was every other day.
I understand. But let's just, because the thing is that from now, Thursday till Tuesday, right? Did you have your dialysis today or no?
No, I had it
Wednesday.
yesterday,
Okay. So Wednesday, from Wednesday till, and the next dialysis will be Wednesday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
I see. Okay. So from Wednesday till Tuesday, that means it's almost a whole week that you're off dialysis, right? So,
It's gonna be a full 4 days. Because usually I get dialysis Saturday, and then I have Sunday, Monday to myself, and then I go back in on Tuesday. So because I have that appointment on Saturday, I'm skipping the dialysis on Saturday.
okay. Okay. So basically you're skipping kind of 2 sessions, right?
No, just the one session. I mean, so my schedule is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 3 days a week
I see. Tuesday,
for
Thursday.
3 hours per session. And so my off days are Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right. So
So the only time I miss 2 days, the only time I have like 2 days of no dialysis is Sunday and Monday.
I
And
understand.
then
But if you're saying that your last dialysis was Wednesday, not
no, no,
Tuesday,
no. My last dialysis was Thursday. So yesterday.
or today's Friday.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, I get it. So, yeah. So I actually want you to take Bumix 1 milligram, and
Okay.
the goal is your weight should be 155 to 157. If you feel that you're going towards 155 very quickly and you are more dehydrated and you're like, oh, I'm cramping, then obviously, like, just let me know, right? Or be more mindful and be like, okay, my body is saying I should give it a break, or my body is saying I have to decrease the dose, or maybe take half of that, or something, right? However,
Okay.
if you see that this 157 is 156 and all this, then maybe you stay on it, right?
Okay.
The goal is that if we are trying to get you off dialysis, we want to make sure that your body is responding to uh, getting the fluid off in relation to the hydrocortisone and prednisone that you're already doing.
Mhm.
Because right now, if we have your body and it is affected by all these medicines, not supplements, all these
Yeah,
medicines, that means that we have to give you another medicine to counteract the effects of these medicines, right?
I know.
Okay, so pretty much that is the concept. So we will just update that you will start the Biomix 1 milligram, monitor your weight every day, continue monitoring your blood pressure. And maybe when you go to the dialysis unit and they see that you're not retaining fluid, right, they may not take off that much, right? It's not that they have to take 1 liter or 2 liters out of you. Maybe they'll just clean you and not do anything else.
Right.
So that's that. And then you will get the session with Ivan, scheduled. So that'll be amazing. And then hopefully on our next appointment, we may have your results back of IGNX or not. That'll be fine, whatever comes up. Anything else that you want to discuss?
My parents have had a bunch of questions that I don't have answers for, so I would like to let them ask you their questions for the next few minutes at least.
Sure, go ahead.
Hello,
Hello.
Dr. Irfan. Apparently, you had cortisone. Now he's taking twice a day instead of 3 times a day. So he'll be taking 2 pills in the morning and one in the afternoon. So before it was 8, 12, and 6 p.m. So now can we do like 8 and 4 p.m.? Or how we should
Yeah, not four. I think 2. 8 to 2
do
is fine. Yeah.
8 to 2? Okay. Other thing is that Umar was also thinking about, since he has a catheter, so he has 1 more month for, I think, about for with catheter. So he wanted to stop dialysis for a couple of weeks, from next week or following week.
Mm-hmm.
You were also thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
was that
We want to do it in a very informed manner, and we want to do it in a way that is good for him. That means we want to look at his labs, understand what's happening, right? So that is the goal, but we don't want to do it just based on that Omar feels wonderful today, right? We want to make sure
no,
that
no, no,
it's,
because I think this the temporary has captured. He has should be coming out end of, I think, next month or so, something.
I think that's fine. That is good enough time for us to be, looking.
Yeah, to find out that can he be off dialysis,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
so they're planning to schedule him for the PD cat.
I would hold off on that. I mean, there's no urgency for these things, especially when he is improving. Remember,
So
you said he had. Yeah, you can come here.
you're
Oh,
supposed to.
sorry. Go ahead.
What?
So that's why we need to schedule for his PD cat. We went to see Dr. Siervo, the vascular surgeon,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying that you should decide what you want, and as soon as possible.
I think it's okay. We don't need to feel pressurized. We don't want to make decisions that may not be needed, right? I understand that everyone else wants to do their part, but because no one is looking at what we are doing and no one understands the results that we are achieving, and the most important thing is if let alone me and your dad and you, it is Dr. Patel who also believes that, maybe we are onto something, or maybe we are getting better, or maybe this is something where, because I'm pretty sure he has never ever told a patient that, okay, fine, let's decrease your time, or it's okay to skip, right? He feels that because his body, Umar's body is able to handle it. So I feel like we are seeing something. We cannot say right now that, okay, fine, he's off dialysis, but we are moving towards it. So which is why we don't want to pressurize ourselves and rush into something, getting a PD catheter scheduled where he may not even need it, right? So let's hold off on that without feeling too pressurized into doing that part.
Okay. So this is what, as I said, we were thinking that in maybe not now, maybe in week or 2 weeks, hold off the dialysis and see what happens. So
Yeah,
let's see. Yes.
The
I love
problem
that,
is
and we're on the
that,
same page.
Dr. Sierra was saying we cannot let a catheter in his subclavian for longer than 3 months. So it is about coming to 3 months now.
No. It's 2.5 months now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
In 2
end
weeks,
of
it's
December.
3 months.
End of December will be
And,
3 months.
and if they replace with the PD, that will be another couple of weeks to mature it.
End of December is 3 months.
No. This is only a month and a half is already over.
Yeah.
So we have a month left.
Yes, almost month and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is why they wanted us not to get into emergency situation. They have to remove the catheter because their concern was that decide whatever you guys want to do. So when he went to see Dr. Sierra, the fistula or the graft was recommended, and he is not interested in that. That's a permanent thing. So this other option was the PD catheter, which could be removed in case if needed, but it could be sitting there in case of situation of emergency if he gets into the same situation as he was 3 months ago. So they just are thinking that we are really pushing it to the point where things get rushed up.
Okay, so
So
let's just put one thing in the middle. So the thing is that the life of Shiley or the life of this subclavian catheter, let's say, is maximum 3 months. However, that does not mean that once we remove it and we cannot place a new one there. Ideally, we don't want dialysis and we don't want to go into the rush situation, right? Because the thing is, I understand that we want to be prepared and we want to do, everything that is needed. However, on the other side, when we are so invested and we are doing all this work and all these injections and all these pills, right? We really have to um, we really have to kind of believe in this process, and we also want to be like, okay, like everyone in the family, including Omar, should not have one side of his brain preparing for the permanent dialysis, and one side when I talk to him is you're like, yeah, yeah, we're getting better, right? I mean, I feel like the whole family should come together, and even though I understand we need to still work on that part, but we really should be hoping and praying and having all the conversation towards that you are getting better, your kidneys are getting better, things are moving, your blood pressure is better, your leg swelling is gone, we will be able to get you off dialysis, right? Rather than being in these two boats where it is so hard for Umar himself, as well as I'm sure both of you, to be like, what are we doing, right? I mean, so one thing is that let's say the goal is to get him off dialysis, right? We kind of think we may be able to do that, but obviously we're not 100% sure. However, the other added pressure that it has to be a fistula, it has to be a graft, it has to be a PD catheter, I think is not the right approach at this time, because we also know that catheter is not ideal. But in this situation where we don't want anything permanent and we really want the body to, heal itself and, express its health and do all the things that we are trying to do here, we know that we have this fourth option, which is, if needed, place another catheter, and that's fine, right? Until we do the other process that is needed. So I feel like people pushing you into making a decision right now, even though you can sit with yourself and analyze and see that if this has been 6 weeks and we have 6 weeks left, why am I feeling pressure right now to make that decision when we know that the goal is to get him off dialysis? So I absolutely understand your concerns, but remember that when we are in both the boats and our mind is here and there and our mind is not really focused on maybe leaning into what we are trying to do, it becomes hard for the body and for the mind to accept what the body is ready to do for you. So maybe at least until Thanksgiving, which is 2 weeks, right? I would
Mhm.
hold off seeing any fistula or PD or having any discussions within your family. You can do it in your bedroom, but try to help Umar come to the fact that we are doing this for you and we are going to get you better. And God, obviously, Allah is going to get us better and we will be able to get you out of this situation. And that is a focus and that is a goal and that is a discussion, right? Um,
Okay.
I feel like, can we focus on that? Not that I don't want to discuss your questions, but I feel like at this time, being in two boats and managing this just feels a little wrong to me, right?
Yeah, because Dr. Patel is also, they also ask questions. What are you doing? What is your plan? Have you seen? So we have to follow him also.
Right. And that's
That's why
okay.
we just getting into this.
Okay.
And
And
they also say
yeah, go
that
ahead.
you they also say it takes time. You have to do in advance. You have to do couple of 2-3 weeks in advance. So make appointment. Like Dr. Sierra said that I'm very busy. You have to make appointment at least a month in advance. So we're just trying to, juggle all those
I understand.
issues.
So
So
how
that,
about whenever anyone asks from now, just say that we want to make a decision after Thanksgiving or maybe start of December. Until then, we don't want to be discussing these things. That's it.
that's what we said. That's what we said. That when we left off, we said we'll decide and call you.
That's fine.
So that's what you said. We did
That's
not, and that's why we're waiting for today to talk to you. Said what we are thinking that
right.
be on dialysis for a couple of weeks in the end of November or first week of December. Is it possible?
Absolutely. So that is the goal. But remember that including Umar, because the thing is, Umar can only show so much positivity, right? But then the other side of his positivity, maybe 50% of that, it
Mhm.
has to come from both of you so that everyone is on the same team and not thinking about this and worrying about that, which does not align with what we are doing. We
Mhm.
absolutely know, like there is, and I'm pretty sure, your husband will be able to solidify that thought that there's so much research that what you believe, right, or what you think or your thoughts, that is
Mhm.
what your mind and your body believes, and that is what it does. Like there is so much research out there. You can call it placebo, you can call it whatever, but the thing is that it works, right? If there is
Mhm.
something that is not a supplement, that is not a medicine, that is not does not have side effects, however, it gives us those positive results, then we want to do that and hone into that and lean into that so that our body and our brain and our mind and our soul and everything can respond, right? And that
Yeah,
means
very
that
good.
if our prayers are strong enough and if our commitment to, believing that God is the one and he can do miracles and he can help, I feel like just lean onto it and believe in it and just be like, I leave everything onto you. Because the more we feel that we are in control, the more we feel that it is onto me to make that decision and we have to do it. And maybe it is because of the pressure of everyone else who wants that. But when we feel that it is in our control, we lose that um the sense that there is this higher power who is going to help us in whatever part we need. um so which is why I strongly
Now so we can. We were all on the same page that we want to get him out of dialysis. That's what we all want.
but
So
but
let's work on this
the
direction.
main yeah the main so I hope I've answered your questions, but the main takeaway for both of you besides Umar should be believing in it so much that it happens, right? Praying so hard that Allah will give it to us what we need, right? What Umar needs, what his body needs to repair. So I feel like let's put all our prayers together, our beliefs together, and let's just ask the divine what Umar needs, and let's just focus on that rather than getting worried about all these other things. Okay? And
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, right? So that means that if something comes up, um, we will be able to help you arrange that or manage that. Okay?
okay.
You were still taking leothyronine, or you stopped?
No,
I don't even know what that is.
thyroid
The
pill,
thyroid
remember?
supplement.
No, I haven't taken it. I only took it the one time and I felt really weird, so I never took it again.
Which one was that?
The
Thyroid
thyroid pill?
Oh, that's
Leo.
fine. I think it's okay. For now, let's just hold it on the side. And okay. So, do you feel, let me look at my calendar. Okay. So I want to see you on 5th December at 2 p.m. Central Time. Will that work for you? Or you are on dialysis on that day?
Um, Ideally, we would like to keep it in this Friday 10 a.m. time because then my dad is able to join us and we're all able to sit down and attend this call together. So if there's an availability on a Friday at 10 a.m. again, that works
Okay.
the
So
best.
I have someone already booked. However, what John can do is send a message to that person if they can move towards 2 p.m. and you guys can do the 9 a.m. slot Central Time. So that would work. Um,
Yes.
okay, so let me ask John because on Friday I think that's the only slot I have, which is 2 p.m. And let me just go ahead and book you there so that John can make that change. Otherwise, we'll just lose that slot then.
2 p.m. I can attend while I'm driving.
No, you're not available. You're not mentally available. It's best if we just have it like this again. Because you'll be in the car, you're rushing. Sometimes you get stuck at the Juma because some uncle needs to talk to you about some falana nonsense. So just don't.
Maybe we can do the December first week.
If we can get her to give us this 10 a.m. like this worked.
Yeah.
You're here, you're not busy, you
Yeah,
have,
and you're relaxed. So I love
and you're
this.
able to properly communicate with her, and that's what we need. If you're in the car and you're rushing, like you're gonna start getting calls from Nicole saying you have patience, and then it becomes just then you have to connect on the phone, and every time you try to connect on your phone, we lose 15 minutes with you just trying to get the link to work.
This is fine. If we're starting peptide, which one should we start first today?
So let's look at the care plan. What does it say? Because I think I have everything in the care plan, but usually you
Yeah.
would want to start with the BPC first,
Okay.
and then after 2 days add the TB4.
Okay.
Have I written anything or no?
It's
I think you have.
Right? Yeah.
I think there's something is there.
Yeah, usually BPC.
uh,
Can you go up? Okay, so I don't know if I haven't written it, but how many peptides did you get? Is it 2 or 3?
I think 3. I
So
remember in the last call you mentioned that there were 3, and then we start with the BPC, do 20, and then the next one do 20, and then the third one do 10 every 2 or 3 days, creating a full. And then by the time we do all of them, just keep doing them till we run out. And now we actually also got the second batch of peptides yesterday in the mail. And so
what second batch?
we got a batch in the mail of like things you asked us that need to require refrigeration. Did you look at them?
Peptide, same thing.
Yeah, it looks like a second batch of peptides.
Okay, so take a picture of both of those peptides and send it to us on our phone number,
Oh,
and then John will figure out what is this.
well,
Because
we're getting it right now. I'll just show you.
yeah, yeah.
So
Okay. Uh, so today is this. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I think the goal was to get you one. I don't know why we like, there are 2 sets.
well, this is which is the old one, which is
This is the old one.
okay, so this is the old one.
I don't know this. Just send me a picture.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture as well.
We had a picture of this. We sent it before.
Okay.
Yeah, last time we took the picture.
This is the old one. Thymosin beta 4.
Okay.
This is thymosin beta 4.
And then we have another bottle of thymosin beta 4
Came yesterday.
that came yesterday. And this is I don't know,
Penta.
BBC. Pentas. Yeah.
pentadectapeptide.
Yeah, that's the BBC.
We also got it yesterday. So we have 2 of each.
So now we have like a second set of everything.
And then
Thymosin
you also
alpha.
have the thymosin alpha one also.
Alpha, yeah, yeah.
Um,
So we have like a
yeah,
2 set.
thymosin alpha 1.
Okay, so start with the first set and start it today. So I would say take BPC today, 20 units, then tomorrow 20 units again. So
Mhm.
Friday and Saturday, then Sunday add the TB4 20 units, then Monday
Right.
TB4 20 units along with the BPC, and then finally on Tuesday you add the TA1 and continue 50 units, one shot in the morning, everything. So basically just keep on adding it, right?
We only need to use 1 set so far.
What's that?
We only need 1 set. Second
Right,
set.
right. So start with one set. Once that is finished, then go towards the next.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get it started today. And I have the
Okay.
morning set, and John will confirm with you the morning time. And
Yeah.
sounds good.
There's like bottles in them, and you have to like.
So you'll be
Syringe it.
taking 3 shots.
And make sure you put it in the fridge. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no,
You
he said
guys,
take the 22 units today. So each unit is 10. So 2 units today.
not 2
2 units.
units, not 2 units today, 20 units.
Uh, Yeah, 20 units. Okay.
Okay, so basically 0.2 or whatever that thing is. That's right.
So we'll
But it's
do.
not 2 units. Remember, it cannot be
Okay.
2 units. It is either 0.2 or it's 20. It's
Okay.
not two.
Okay. All right. So 20. So
Yeah,
you do 20 today, same thing again, 20, and then the next day you do
20 to
20 and 20.
perfect.
Second thing. And the second thing is which one?
TB4. So BPC, TB4, TA1. And I will write it down in the care plan today. So you will have it.
Yeah, please.
Okay. I'm surprised that I didn't mention it there. So, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get that started. I have another patient I have to see, and yay, I'm so happy.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, my dear. Take care. Bye-bye. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.